and squishy. Maybe I want to have that little bit of extra self-peel that you do get from the Kai'Sa. Of course, you are still quite squishy, and it's going to be very interesting to see how his positioning is going to look during these team fights.
Cost of doing business if you aren't able to find any of the map control in the earlier stages of the game. We're going to see if against an aggressive LNG comp they'll have a chance. But Saber steps on up, Krako's behind him. Easy peasy, couldn't have drawn it up any better. The LNG mid-jungle claim another...
Up this Drake, whilst his bot lane are grabbing towers. I mean, this is just lovely. Although... Oh, Grizzly spotted.
Lurking around, still level 5 though. Bulldog with access to that perfect execution, so Saber's got to be cautious about stepping up too far. The whole while, Krako working on Chem Tech Dragon. This will go over to LNG, first objective of the game to them.
With the way that...
and missing, bringing the fight to Ultra Prime in the bottom lane.
Look. Everybody going to be rotating down right here from LNG. Bulldog going for the massive flank. Going to catch Grizzly on his Grom.
Yeah, Grizzly already using a lot of his cooldowns on the Grom. Will be able to interrupt the shuriken flip, but it doesn't matter. Bulldog finishes off a solo kill after catching out the opposing jungler, and now going to go for the dive onto Xiaosha. 1xN on the board. 3-0 LNG.
Kroko really nice picking up the...
that's kind of been the story of the series in some ways. It's kind of getting snagged by the engage tools that Missing brings to the table. Time after time, fight after fight.
Flashless.
Keeping themselves in an advantage state. Xiaosha found in the river. This guy is done for.
Yep. The second he was flashless is just going to go down, and 1xN going to be donated that kill for Grizzly to be able to take down these grubs. He should just about be able to pick them all up. No, he's still got one left.
Xiaosha's here to back him up as his Saber. Bulldog takes more than he bargained for, trying to retreat back away. Will actually be able to get out of there. Henna into the backside, but Bulldog immediately retreats. Grizzly going to be the first one to fall in the fight. Krako now with the crescent card up, going to try to keep the fight going. Henna's up way too far. Sheer will chop him down with the scissors. Xiaosha forced to retreat, and LNG win the fight 2-0 while 1xN farms turret plates bot.
How on earth did LNG manage to win that fight? Ultra Prime had that one put on a silver platter for them. Bulldog jumping way too far forwards. This isn't even a first item completed Akali. And it just...
probably just blow that right away to create some distance. He holds on to it and ends up baiting in Henna quite a bit there. And then... I mean, I don't even know if you call it baiting, but missing spread of a grand entrance causes him to flash deeper into the fight. And that's all she wrote for old Henna in that play. It's a 2K individual gold advantage for 1xN. If you have any questions about how we got here.
Yeah, this game has ballooned out of play against... Still, we haven't got to see any big, proper front-to-back team fights. The team fight that we did get to see was incredibly messy, very split. You didn't have Liang Cheng there to be able to deal his damage, use his disruption inherent to the Scion kit as well. And when you look at the composition that Ultra Prime have, they want these front-to-back team fights. They want to try to use a little bit of a wombo combo potentially. They've got a couple good ball delivery systems as well. This game is not over. Ultra Prime do have angles. It's just going to be very hard.
Potentially a little caught here. Shockwave comes through. Saber trying to keep him in place. Saber going to connect, and it will be a kill going over the way of Saber. Ultra Prime on the board. Getting the gold right where they want it to in the pocket. Dive out of here. And he just clears the wave and walks on out. He's got his boy Missing in his back pocket, so no chance to do much of anything as 1xN claims another turret.
Sending everyone down to the bottom side was always going to concede that tower. Teleport top lane to try to punish Ashir, who is very far up.
Fighting back, going to get knocked up by Liang Chen. Does have the miss to try to keep himself a little bit safe, and actually stepping up, gonna force the flash on Liang Chen, and a flash snip to claim the kill back, but it might be a one-for-one trade as Xiaosha is there to hold him still and let Saber finish off the kill. Another big shutdown over to Saber, but Bulldog wants this 1 versus 2, tumbles in towards Saber, thinks better of the decision, and gets himself back under the turret as turrets are dropping in mid for LNG.
They're just going to be able to turn this pressure top lane into gold for themselves. LNG get themselves a mid lane tier 2 tower and a bunch more off of the third. Missing a little bit caught out right here. Of course, Rakan going to be one of the slipperiest champions in the game and is walking away. And again, you've moved multiple members from Ultra Prime up towards the top side of the map at the exact moment at which there's another dragon spawning. That's going to be soul point for LNG just 17 minutes into this game.
Pushing and pulling Ultra Prime around the map. LNG continue to claim each and every objective as it arrives on the map. Yes, the Grubs did go over the way of Ultra Prime, but you see how much they're
to
getting.
dissuade the over-aggression, but it's less about the individual play here for LNG than it is what they can turn into gold on the rest of the map.
Absolutely. And turn it into gold they do. 5K. The advantage for LNG as Henna nearly gets one shot. 1xN going to have to flash back away and missing. Actually going to be able to finish up the job. Grizzly really wants to be able to find something, really wants to put the Deathless Man down, but it will not happen. 1xN stays alive, stays at 0 deaths for the series, and LNG building up a bigger and bigger lead with the 2 kills they've already claimed. Shockwave on 2 for Saber, but already too many members have dropped. There's just no follow-up available, and Kraka with the front line going to stop Sheer or Missing from being potentially chased down. LNG, a 2 for 0 fight, and another turret going the way of Bulldog.
What is being lost in all of play around as Ultra Prime, and this Baron is probably going to be this play. This is where you throw everything at LNG, because if you give over this objective to LNG, there's really nothing you can do to try to turn this one around. Liang Chen just dead. I heard the ulti, but he didn't go anywhere, so going to assume that somebody, probably Kroko, was able to get ahead of him and body block that one up. It does at least draw multiple members to the other side of the map, so you're not going to be able to go straight towards the Baron. Vision for LNG that they are more than comfortable to step up right now, continue putting the pressure on. It's making it very scary for Ultra Prime to step in. Teleport coming on down. That is going to be Sheer.
Going to the first one in, 4 members jump onto him, but he just uses the mist and kites it out. Now Liang Chen arrives to the scene as well. Missing going to be on top of him. They find the knock-up, and they say, hey, you know what? We'll hit whoever's in front of us. Liang Chen caught away, going to have to flash back towards the safety of the rest of his team. They continue to try to work with his health bar. Sheer stepping up. Engage found from the quickness onto all 4 members. Bulldog dashing on in there and just going to execute him as 1xN arrives to clean house. Sheer and 1xN is too much damage to handle. LNG find a quick 4 for 0, and they're going to march over to Dragon Soul.
You can see a nice big smile on Sheer's face as that play comes on through. Saber, he did find himself that big shockwave, but it just was too little too late. Soul Point grabbed. Bot lane tier 2 tower going to be ripped through as well. And still, there's Baron available too. Is going to be a King's Ransom right here for LNG.
Sheer getting a solo inner turret gold. Those plates are so valuable. Sheer is on an absolute tear on this Gwen, and you know what? That 4-man shockwave, probably the best you could hope for Saber, and you just see it isn't enough. Massive mistakes from LNG, and they are not looking like they're going to make them. They find Grizzly in the jungle, chunk him down to a tiny sliver. Sheer in a 1 versus 2. Saber did connect to the shockwave there, so he's running a little low on damage. He can regen a lot of health here, but the chain CC from Xiaoxia is enough. Saber gets himself a 3rd shutdown this game.
There we go. That is going to be something. Again, we keep talking about it. Ultra Prime just trying to scrape together whatever little bits of gold they can, but they are losing out onto this tower in the top lane no matter what. No way that Grizzly's going to be able to step up to stop this one from falling. Missing, thinking about starting a fight off for his team. A bit of discordance though. 1xN's trying to walk away.
1xN nearly one-shot Xiaoxia throwing themselves in to decide that this game is done and dusted. It's 11K in their side. They decide when and where things happen. Wow, 1xN just looking to one-shot Henna once again, playing aggressive here. Henna will be able to stay alive. TP being channeled. Bulldog found Xiaoxia in the jungle along with Krako, and like I said, they'll take anybody that they find. They're strong enough that even the tankier front line of Ultra Prime melts like butter. 2-0 LNG.
And this is going
LNG just kind of close out the game. You know, this is looking like it's going to go even longer than game number 1 somehow, even though LNG seem to have had an even larger advantage throughout it. But the one way you probably lose this game is that you mad overstay and give over a million shutdowns and let Henna and Saber actually play the video game. So
yeah,
they're going to play it calm and controlled, and
it makes sense.
Take a wild guess, it'll probably give them the win.
I would think so. There would be some real miracles coming through if it wasn't. And you do really want
Krako or 1xN or anybody, frankly. He does want to try to get a little bit more gold to have a chance to be able to scale into this game on the 1% likelihood that LNG make a major mistake and give Ultra Prime an opportunity. Sheer going to continue to push on through mid. This inhibitor not long for the world blocks her.
Really is not. Sheer stepping up to it is finally what's going to crack the base. Ultra Prime, they decide to go.
Bulldog in there as well, gonna have to go into stasis. Missing arrives with the quickness though to try to hold him still. Shockwave pulls 1xN back away as he flashes into the brawl, but not before he deals enough damage to let Bulldog clean up too. 3 for 0 to LNG already. One Nexus turret falls, the second soon to follow. Saber going to be the target. Can he take down 1xN? Can he give a death to the marksman? No, he cannot. LNG 2-0, 1xN deathless on the series.
1xN just refused